Hey everybody, this is Ben Barnett. I'm the festival director here at the Philadelphia Independent Film Festival. I'm here with David Whitney, who has just won the Best Feature Award here at our festival for Kandahar Break. Dave's a first-time director, commercial artist, photographer, designer, director.
Yeah, commercials director mostly, and some short films, a lot of corporate work.
The movie is clearly a valiant effort for a first-time director. And so let's take a couple minutes here. Just first of all, thanking you for coming. Dave came in from England, UK. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. We're also, it's the North American premiere of this movie. Excellent movie that we're very proud to be that festival that does that, or just in general take part like that. And maybe you can just tell us a little bit, you know, we've got a couple minutes. Let's just tell me a little bit about the making of the film, like understand like how tough it was and the sort of the grittiness being out there. You're in Pakistan, Tunisia, you mentioned. Give me a little bit about, you know, as a first-time director and you're making a movie like this, it sounds like it could be a whole lot more than just shooting a movie, you know? Give us a little bit insight, especially as a first-time director.
It was one of the most intense experiences of my life, I think. And in hindsight, I think it probably wasn't a great idea to go and try and make your first film under that kind of pressure. Making a film in itself is usually very difficult. But to go and try and do it in what is essentially a third world country with enormous security problems made for a very, very, very difficult shoot. The only thing that really got us through it was this sort of band of brother that we forged between the crew, and I mean the British crew and the Pakistani crew. But you know, we were fighting the elements when we were in the desert, and it's 50-degree heat at times. Wow. And then on occasion it actually rained, and when it rains in the desert, it rains. So,
like, how do you motivate them?
Well, at times I was pretty depressed.
Okay.
It was hard work, and the only thing that would keep me going was the fact that I can't quit from myself.
Just as a human,
yeah,
as a person.
Well, it's my project. What am I going to do? Say I'm not coming to work today? I can't deal with it.
Right.
You know, I mean, at times it felt kind of like, you know, I felt overwhelmed with the size of the thing. It was a small film, but it was a large crew, and obviously the problems that we had, that we fell behind schedule, for example, because of technical problems, because of the weather, because of security issues. But you just get up in the morning and just think, oh, I've just got to get through the day. Let's just get through today, and then when I get home, I'm just going to have a drink, and I'm just going to relax, and then I'm going to worry about tomorrow.
When you get home, you're in the middle of Pakistan in the desert, like.
Yeah, when I say
where's home?
When I say home, I don't mean, you know, a nice hotel with a swimming pool. I'm talking about
right. When
we were in Kanuk, in the desert region. Home was a sleeping bag on the floor. So it wasn't much to look forward to. But what I did find, you know, I sort of found comfort in the crew. You know, just being with the guys. Right. It was an all-male crew because we were filming in Pakistan, and it's not, you know, it wouldn't have been possible to take any females there.
Sure. Well, let's jump on that then, you know, because it's obviously a theme in the movie, you know. So, like, how did that play out? I mean, you obviously have a love interest gone wrong here between a Westerner and you know, an Afghani woman, and you know they had met in the past, and they come back in this sort of, it's almost like this serendipitous mode where they, you know, kind of come back, and after this full thing, they never forgot about each other, and then all of a sudden they're there, and it's, you know, it's pretty intense relationship. Like, how did you shoot that in front of the Pakistani, you know, people that were working with you? How did that work?
Well, the simple answer is that we didn't.
Okay.
The love scene, the one love scene, which is not graphic in any way.
No.
But we cleared the set of all the locals. We were advised to do so by my line producer, my excellent Pakistani line producer, Hamid Sheikh. It wouldn't have been a good idea Not because our crew would have had an issue with it, but word spreads.
Sure.
And we didn't want that. None of the Pakistani crew had read the script or knew really anything about the story. Just from what they only knew what they would pick up as we were filming it. But yeah, the love scene was shot on a closed set.
Huh.
The actress that we brought up to play the main female character was from Karachi, which is, and she's a liberal girl. She wears jeans. She goes to parties. She doesn't drink, but she knows what's going on in the world. And I think she found it difficult at times coming up to where we were in Quetta, which is in Balochistan, which is much more conservative. I think it was difficult for her, but we just protected her. We just kept her in the compound, and you just have to.
So you protected her from the potential employees that you had hired for the movie.
We just, when I say
or from just being in
protected her dignity.
Okay.
And kept that level of respect.
Which is what you were doing in the movie.
Yeah,
so you're sort of really living what was actually happening in the movie.
Exactly. She had to wear a veil all the time when we weren't filming.
Right.
So, but yeah, we didn't. The intimacy that was present between the two main characters. Obviously, we had to keep that under wraps.
Wow. Okay. Then, all right. Let's talk about another scene that I found really fascinating, and I think it was the first time when they meet the warlord, and there seems to be this sort of harem around the warlord. And first of all, was that a harem? Talking about
yeah. During my research, it was put to me by certain people that a lot of these Taliban leaders did indeed keep young boys around them for whatever reason, and I thought that was interesting, an interesting contradiction between what these people how they portray themselves and and live their lives and force other people to live their lives. And it's slightly hypocritical, but I wanted to put that across subtly. And
it was a very homoerotic scenario. It's a crossover moment, though, from a film standpoint, where there's no discussion, it's not followed up on, but it's clearly a moment in the film that if you're trying to be subtle and watch, it was obvious, actually. But I bet a lot of people would probably not have recognized it.
You're the first person who's ever mentioned that to me, so I'm
really?
glad you noticed it.
Okay.
I'm sure other people have, but you're the first person who's actually said that. But yeah, it was very deliberate. Very deliberate.
So it sounds like what you're looking for, detailed authenticity, coming at this. It seemed like that, from the approach that in order for it to be successful, it had to be believable from that way. So you're in the region. It's your first film, like you said. In hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have done it if I had known. But, you can also probably say that it wouldn't have been half as good if you had known, or a different movie or something like that.
Exactly. And I think the soul of the film unit is very much embedded in the film. The work. I remember halfway through filming, I was having a drink with the camera operator one night, looking up at the starry sky, just the two of us, and talking about how it was going, and both agreeing, and it was very difficult, but we were getting good stuff. We were getting there. We were getting through the work, but it was very difficult. Sean Dooley, our main actor, said at one point, it's like walking through treacle, and he was right. Every day was, there were no easy days, the camera operator said to me that some of the best film work often comes from difficult shooting experiences. If everything's lovely and easy and there's prawn sandwiches and you can kind of get just lost in the glamour, if you like, of filmmaking. Sometimes when it's hard and you're focused, you can really make interesting things.
Put people in that element.
It's the smell of battle. It's a war. It's like a fight. I don't do storyboards either, and sometimes it's just about getting the heart of the scene.
Do you do a shot list or something?
Yeah, I do. I draw little stickmen pictures of what I plan, what I plan to do, and often I keep to them, but more than often not. You know, I'll make it up as I go along. But I do like to be prepared. I do like to plan.
Okay, so like a shot list sounds like it's a good plan. Now, how do you let your and I don't know how the set looks, but you know, are there creatives there? Is a DP influencing this? You kind of huddling every hour, like, okay, guys, what are we doing now? You know, you've come up with as a director sort of a process or a way you want this to happen. But then, do you let your team in on this, process?
Yeah, very much. It's particularly in this kind of experience, you can't do it on your own. I had a fantastic DP. Very much involved in the collaborative process, very much coming up with ideas to enhance the film. I have my line producer who is the expert on set in the context, if you like, Afghanistan, so he's suggesting things, and the actors. I think it would be ignorant of me in that situation, particularly in my first film, to be too dictatorial about it. So it's good to use their input.
Others would argue the opposite, only because you feel you have a vision. So I don't, personally, I don't know if it's right or wrong.
It's a fine line. It's fine,
right.
And there is no right or wrong. It's all about finding your own truth. It's all about doing what you feel is right. And there are times, of course, when somebody comes with suggestions and you say, no, I need this, I need this. That happened many times. But if the DP comes up with an idea and it's better than yours, it takes a good director to say,
let's go
with that.
Right. Okay. Well, on that note, I just want to thank you again for coming to the Philadelphia Independent Film Festival. I look forward to seeing something else. Anything else, real quick, that you've got in your head?
I've got a film in pre-production at the moment, which I've cast it, I've rec'd it, and we're just ironing out a few things.
All right. You want to let us know what it's called or anything like that? Or?
I will.
All right. All right, cool.
It's early days.
Sounds good. All right, David Whitney, Kandahar Break, North American premiere here at the Philadelphia Independent Film Festival, and thanks a lot, man.
Thanks.
Much thanks.